and everything is very expensive. You pay $25-$30 for a meal that is really worth $5 here. So good coffee is really hard to come. So we really need a cafe Kili in Kenya and Sudan. I'm requesting that.
Okay, I think the marketing manager is here.
So marketing manager, we need it. It's not like we need it. We really need it. It's a must.
We'll just have to work on that.
Please work on that.
So you're here visiting, right, for a few weeks?
Yes, I've been here since the beginning of May. I came because illnesses in both my parents and my husband's parents, and then we decided to come and visit the girls too because both of my girls stay behind here in Florida. And so I came and spent a few days with them, but I had to stop by Cafe Kili and get my cup of coffee and my cup of chai. Very normal.
So when you knew you were coming, like, what was the first thing that popped into your mind? Like, what do you look forward to the most when you know that you can come to Cafe Kili?
My grandma's tea. Grandma tea. Grandma tea, right? That's what you call it?
Grandma's tea.
Yeah, grandma's tea. And that's just, it's a very simple blend, but Rose told me that her grandmother used to make that, so everybody calls it grandma tea. And it's just a chai.
It's just tea the Kenyan way.
Tea the Kenyan way, yes.
So that's your favorite?
That's my favorite. Mm-hmm.
So were you a big coffee fan or a big coffee drinker before these last couple of years? Or?
I've been a coffee drinker since I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
When I was little in Guatemala, we had no milk and nothing to drink. The warmest thing was coffee. So I learned to drink coffee when I was 8. And I was a heavy coffee drinker by the age of 14. And because of kidney issues, the doctor highly suggested for me to stop drinking coffee, but I have not been able to. So it's been 40 years. I've been drinking coffee for 40 years.
So a little bit about your background. You say you're from Guatemala, right?
Yes.
And did you eventually move to Tampa, or?
Yes. When I was 10 years old, my mother was already here in the States, and she brought us from Guatemala. So I studied in New York City. I was raised in New York City. Then when I got married, we traveled because of the military to other parts of the country and ended up here in Florida.
Okay.
But I've been here for most of my life. In the States, that is. Yeah. But I was raised with coffee all along. Coffee is part of my life since I can remember.
Yeah, so when you're back in Kenya, you say you also go back to some coffee fields, or
well, we go
just with Rose's family?
We go and visit. I haven't been back to her father's family. We've been really busy with the ministry, so we don't visit as much the coffee fields. But we do. Every time we drive around, we see coffee fields all over, and it's just an amazing sight to see that something so delicious can come from this tiny little red cherry, like I call it. And it's very sweet. I had some. Rose said, "Kenia, taste it. Have you ever tasted it?" I said, "Never tasted it." So I cut it myself from the tree, and it was the sweetest thing. It was wonderful.
Thank you
You're
for
very
talking with us
welcome.
today.
Our pleasure.
Anything you want to add, Rose?
The only thing I can say is I just want also to say that her husband is among the first people who helped us open Cafe Kili. When we were opening, we wanted a register system, and we were getting very high quotes. And then just from church, he was talking to my husband, and my husband happened to tell him how much he's being charged to put in a system. And he said, "That's what I do." And so he came, he helped us with the computer system, and he helped us for 2 years. He helped us to get Cafe Kili going and running. And we have a sandwich named after him, the Daniel's Lion's Den, and it's a very delicious sandwich.